All right, we live. Um,
Appreciate you, Mike.
like I said, shout out to Back on Fig and community for figuring out this live shit because it can be a little confusing and it
Yeah.
it ain't no schooling to teach you that shit. So
Uh,
shout out to y'all. But shout out to us because
yeah, man.
this is episode 10 of Feel Free Conversations. I got a different mic right now because I left some of my equipment at my parents' house. And I say, you know what? You got to get it how you live. This shit has to happen by any means necessary. So here we are right now. I hope it sounds good. But
Sound good.
episode 10, I'm Mike Brown. This is James Free. Is it still James Free? Is it
It's
James that
James
yoga
Free.
dude?
It's
Okay.
James Free.
Mike Brown, James Free, and
James Feel
you,
Free.
James Feel Free, and
James
you
Feel
are
Free.
tuned into Feel Free Conversations.
Yes, sir. Mike, your handlebar mustache piece is looking good, man. I can't
Oh,
even hate.
it's been connected for a minute now. You know, it's been a
It's
little
looking
connection.
dark, man. I'm still I ain't got mine yet, man. I appreciate yours. I appreciate yours.
Thank you. Yeah, the barber asked me because I had hair growing all over here and shit. He was like, "You want to keep your beard?" I was like, "Nigga, that shit is not coming in." He was like, "You still got time." Not
Got
at
time.
38.
Who 38, man? You 37.
That's true.
Slow it down.
I'm almost
Slow it
there.
down.
I'm halfway there.
Not even. You got till October.
And that's about halfway.
What is this, March? Yeah,
Yep.
whatever. When the day come, man.
Yeah. Before we get started though, do you want to lead us in a meditation?
I was like, what is that?
It's our meditation sound. It's a flex
Okay.
mob. So
What?
meditation.
That is like anti-meditation. That stressed me out. I don't know what that was.
Oh
Yeah, man.
shit.
I definitely need a meditation. So we gonna go there. Let me get situated in my chair. There we go. Getting situated in yours mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, getting grounded, as they say in the yoga world. Just getting right here, present in your own sense of self. And I'm gonna do that by taking 3 deep breaths as we start to jump into this meditation on the count of three, two, one. Let's inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. And as you exhale, just tune into your calm, regular breathing. And then tune into yourself, your higher self, your best self, the self that you feel is connected to everything that's beautiful in your life. The trees, the birds, the sky, the love of the people that you have in your life, the purpose you feel you serve, the connection that you have to your higher self. Every inhale brings you even closer to that connection. Every exhale removes any obstacles, any blockages in the way. As you breathe in, you constantly feel like you are in flow, going with the grain, moving in the right direction, allowing everything that comes into your life to lift you up, to bring you closer to yourself. Joy, harmony, peace, love, focus is in every inhale you take. Soften the shoulders because there's no need to be tense. Relax the face because it's a calm, joyful experience. And allow life to move you forward with each and every breath. Let's take one more deep breath here. And a slow, long exhale. Oh man, I needed that. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate that too. That was good. Oh man, how you feeling today?
Stressed. I feel stressed today. I've been stressed for a while. Waiting on some things, waiting on a job, waiting on me to kick into my work mode, waiting on me to make some decisions about what direction I want to take, what I want to share, who I want to become next. So stressing. So I'm trying to listen to my meditation I had, just kind of sitting in that connection that's already there, sitting in that higher self that's already there, just sitting with what is already there and not trying to think about, oh man, we need to be here, we should be here, we could be there. That's why I said too, man, me being at 37, like 37 and how many days I'm at 37 and not taking it a day further because looking into the future has been stressful for me lately. Trying to put a bunch of stuff together that I ain't got no business trying to put together. Like that ain't none of my business. That ain't for me. I got the vision. I know what I want to do. Um, how it's gonna come together. That ain't that ain't none of my business. So I'm trying to pull myself out of being stressed by sticking to my business, man, and enjoying a beautiful life and everything that I have right here. But yeah, yeah, it's been pretty stressful for me lately. So I definitely appreciate our calls on Wednesdays. I appreciate just our talks in general. I appreciate being able to lock into the tools and stuff. But like we talked about before, the tools is the tools. But hey, man, what are you building? And are you using those tools? And where you at in the process of what you building? Yeah, definitely coming back into that space, man, and using these tools to do that because I can't stay stressed for long.
Nah.
Nah, you see how pretty this face is? I'm not trying to have stress just, you know, have me all messed up and all that kind of stuff. So,
Stress acne and shit.
man, I got like some unknown skin kind of condition or something like that I've been dealing with. It's like a rash or something. Went to the doctor. They was like, yeah, man, we don't know what it is, what it caused it. This is blah, 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 blah. So that's psoriasis, papa, cha, cha. And we don't know what causes it, but good luck. Put some cream on it or something like that, basically. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's stress. You know,
Nigga,
but
that's an eczema. No.
hey, but
Yeah.
eczema is linked to
Yeah, that's
stress.
true.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? All of it linked to
Yeah.
stress. I was just like, man, I'm glad it ain't something I can't like get rid of, like no, some STD or something like that from college or something like that. To be real. Um, so yeah, man, I can't be stressed. I'm scared of ulcers. I'm scared of strokes. Um, I'm scared of, shoot, heart problems and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna live long and I'm gonna live peaceful and happily. So, hey, let's execute. Let's put these tools into place and not hold this stuff in because stuff ain't meant to be held in. Uh, it's meant to be let free. So
How do
blessed
you
and
I was gonna ask you, how do you free it? Because as I'm listening to you talk, I've been thinking about like just the last month or two, I've been feeling stressed and been kind of feeling like almost like the Jenga game where you got to knock everything down and then rebuild it. Um, so I was curious to know, like, how are you rebuilding?
facing it first, facing the mess that I've gotten myself into, or not even the mess, the life that's there. You know what I mean? Like you said, I love that analogy. You built that Jenga block. You and maybe somebody else, but y'all built it. Now you got to face it. What's your next move? So instead of we've been talking about it, social media numbing out. I've been eating like crazy. Um, doing the things to distract from it because you know, like I said, it is something that's going. It's how it's gonna work out, how it's gonna work out, but I still gotta face it. I still gotta look at it and be like, okay, yeah, this is the situation that I'm in. It's not in line with where I want to be. Now, what are the steps that I want to take? Um, and then let me go through my tools to do that and to make that happen. Cause if I just keep trying to play like it ain't there, it's gonna tear me up on the inside. And no, 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 I put too much work in to allow that to happen. So let me stress it. Let me let it go through these conversations and little bug, and through these channels that I have here. I got another group. I got my church, my readings, my dailies, my yoga and stuff like that. Let me actually put what I'm going through into these tools, into these things, and not just kind of utilize them as a, oh yeah, I got to check the box. Like, no, 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 no box checking right here. We going through it, you know. So,
Something that's been coming up for me also in kind of connection to stress is my mindset,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and having to shift my mindset around a lot of the things that I believe. Um um the thing I had to acknowledge was how much I've been limiting myself,
mm-hmm,
and also limiting, you know, limiting the power of God.
mm-hmm,
Um and that's not in like a religious aspect, you know what I mean? Like in
mm-hmm.
the spiritual aspect of like I've been putting this limitation in a way that I see for myself, and it's like how can I really be tapped into the infinite if that's what I believe?
I'm just reading about that today too, man. It is. It's it frustrates me so much that I don't have, or that I'm not aware of where my mind is off. Because like I know it's true what you just said. I know anything is possible. The infinite is in me, is at hand and everything. But it's something that I heard when I was 5 years old, or something I seen on TV that told me different. And it's a constant search for that one thing to get rid of, release, so I can open more to the infinite. Because it don't make no sense to not be filthy rich. It don't make no sense to not be, I don't even want to say filthy rich, clean happy, clean at peace, because everything is right here for you. But it's just something that brings me back into these cycles of being afraid of the infinite opportunities and just the real me. It's something that still make the real me scary. Some kind of insecurity, some kind of thinking. And it's just, like you said, it's just wrong thinking and letting it go.
This week, I've been challenged to write about in my journaling because I journal every morning, but I've been challenged to write about the God I believe in and the God I want to believe in.
Hmm.
And like I said, that's what's been bringing up the limitation for me is by realizing like what I've been allowing myself to feel in connection and connecting that to God. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So like, you know, damn, the God I believe in is letting me feel fear. The God I believe in is allowing me, like you said, to feel stress. And it's like the God I want to believe in um will clear that for me. Will clear that path for me. Will give me the clarity to pull myself out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
100%, man. The God I know and believe in is not fear, is not
Right.
stress, it is not struggle. And if I believe I am a part of that God, I can't be any of that either.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a conflict. I can't be, it's a duality. It's too much going on. Is you trying to be a plumber and you can be a plumber in anything basically, but I don't know. It's like you trying to be have your, I seen it. It was crazy. It was a woman. She was a nurse, and she also had an OnlyFans page, and she got fired from her nurse job because of her OnlyFans page. You can't do those two things. I guess I don't know. I don't see the problem with that. But in this
Yeah.
universe, you, can't have that doubt and also be uh of God. Like you can't do that. You can't be a piece of God and have doubt and have fear and all that. Like you doing you doing two things, two different things to me. And that's a that's a new way of thinking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um I didn't think I was, a part of God. I didn't think I just thought, it's God, some, white man in the sky you pray to, and you you know, when you needed a couple dollars at the gas station, you know, he look out for you, something like that. But for me to understand that I'm a part of God, um, and that creates everything that I do in this world, that is a very, very, very powerful thought to have, and it's intimidating a lot of the times to understand I have that amount of power and I have that amount of influence over my life. Like you mean I got more influence over my own life than Steve Urkel and the Ninja Turtles and audience clap to give me approval and all that kind of stuff. Like, because that's what you see. My mama and what she say I wear, and my daddy and what he say I can do. I got more than that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, what you gonna do with all that power, Mike?
I'm gonna own it. Like I think that's the first thing I have to do is own it, and then
Hmm.
I could go into where I decide to distribute it. But right now, the work is being done to own it.
Yeah, man. What does that look like?
Um, Kind of going back to what you were saying about like the external God, like really owning that internal God as well. I think for so long we focus on that external, and that's what make it feel like that hierarchy of things. And
Hmm.
it's like,
Hmm.
you know, I am a part of this, and really just believing in myself. You know what I mean? Like believing in God, believing in myself.
All right. Um, I really love you, and I really appreciate you for bringing these conversations out, man. These are still conversations that I'm afraid to have. These are still thoughts that I'm afraid to have and to share and to go into because it's like, oh, this spiritual stuff, and
Oh, me too. Like
you know what I
these are
mean?
not these are not normal. Like these are not normal art of letting go conversations. And even in bringing it up, it was like, am I talking about some religious stuff? And it's like
It is,
I
man.
know what it is for me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm not gonna police myself to have the conversations I want to have, and really allow them to flourish and be what they're gonna be. Because somebody might hear this, and or I might need to watch this back one
hundred
time and
percent.
just, like I need to hear myself saying this stuff out loud.
I need to speak my truth and live my truth, man. It's power in the word, and
Yeah,
if I'm afraid to express myself in my word, I'm afraid to live it too. So I
because
can shout affirmations all day long. I am strong. I am powerful. And all that.
I'm gonna tell you, in having this conversation, I was a little hesitant to put the word God on it. I was about to use the universe, the
Right,
this,
right,
the
right.
that. And I will tell you, in my journaling, there have been a couple of times where I have lowercase the word God just to see how I felt. And it didn't shift anything for me as far as like, is God gonna reject me because I lowercase the G?
Right. Oh, that's Mike Brown over there, lowercase because on third in heaven. He going after on Tiny Angel.
On the living homies.
Stupid, right? Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
um, so it was a sermon like Reverend had, and he, said, "Okay, everybody, let's all say I am divine." And we
Mm.
can say I am divine. And he said, okay, we cool with that. Then he said, now say, I am the divine. It's like, oh, wow, I am the divine.
Did people
Like,
say it?
yeah, it was a lot quieter. He was talking about it, like the difference between being a child of God and being God. Like, you a part of, because if my finger, I can't say my finger is a child of me. It's a part of me. It's a part of me. It is me. I can't be without my finger. My finger can't be without me. So I have the same qualities of God, you know. So if I'm saying God is creating the universe, God is creating everything, and everything is running. Like, I can't create a funnel to start a workshop, or I can't create a happy relationship or love
Man.
for myself. Like, if I'm in line with the same, if I'm a part of God and I'm got all those powers, and this is what the Bible and everything else say too, then what's going on? Like, all the stuff line up, man. All the spiritual stuff, it always line up for me. And
Yeah,
being able to live that and experience that, you know, it's still some confusion in my mind about all this stuff.
for sure.
Like, but in my heart, I know, and in my mind, I'm like, am I gonna be on the corner in a purple and looking like one of the cute dogs with a Bible reading to people and Psalms 23, and then you gotta say it, Psalms 23. All them dudes look big though, like they can beat me up, so I don't want to talk to them too crazy.
Oh man, like as I'm listening to you and I'm kind of laughing to myself because again, like I said, I'm reading this book and one of the questions they asked was, how would a non-toxic God feel about your creativity? And man, I do put toxic characteristics on God. Like, I was when I was writing out, I was like, man, the God I'm choosing to believe in wants to test me. And when you think about a
Mm.
relationship where somebody trying to test you, that ain't a healthy relationship.
Man, we was talking about it yesterday, man. I can be very unhealthy in relationships, very toxic, emotionally abusive. What do you call it? Um, like being in, con- just being like being a jerk, man. Um, Withholding, holding back, and just treating the person that I'm with not too good because I'm not all the way good with myself. You know what I mean? And that don't align with God. Like, you can't be all the way. You can't not be good with yourself and be God at the same time. And
Yeah,
so you can't treat the people that you love and the people in your life any kind of way. And that is really something that I've been sitting with and working through. Like, why do I treat the people closest to me the worst? Like, what's going on with that? How do I stop this cycle of I get irritated, I get frustrated, whatever, and then I go into attack mode. I go into toxic mode and stuff. Like, I ain't seen that from God. God ain't never did that to me. All the stuff I done did, God ain't never attacked me. Ain't never been jealous of me or never abused me in any way. So why am I doing that? It's a different way of thinking, man.
yeah. This feels like a coming out episode. Like,
Oh yeah, it does. It
I
definitely
believe in
is.
God.
I know, right? It feels like, and then when you hear how people respond to other people saying stuff like Kanye, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like, oh, he
yeah,
crazy, he this, he that. You want to go straight to it, but then, um, I don't know. For me, looking at it differently, it's like, um, looking at it as being not God, but like a different, not a part of God, but something separate from God. I don't look at myself very well, you
yeah,
know. So, and I'm tired of doing that. So I can't do that anymore. I have to change it up. I have to do something different and see something a lot more clear because I'm not happy with where I'm at in a lot of different areas in my life. And it's on me to be able to change that. And on me as in my highest self, not me as in the self that's comfortable with this. Because it's a part of me that's comfortable with not being happy in areas of my life. That's, you know what I mean? And it's a part of me that's comfortable and that's familiar with that. And I have to let that go. And
That's
how's it
real.
been? How's it been going for you, man? To letting go of the weed and the drink and the candy.
Honestly, it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be. Usually, them first couple of days be having you like stressed out and shit. And I think I had already cut back on smoking, like probably since New York. Just one because it was so
Wow.
expensive, and the za was just not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from LA, coming from Portland, and then going to New York. Shout out New York. I love New York. But but the weed that represented don't give a fuck, New York. No,
Right.
I didn't enjoy the weed out there, and it kind of stopped me from smoking a little bit. And coming out here, getting back into it, it drains my energy a lot. Like I just get real tired now, and I had to own like, oh, I may have outgrown this, and I was sad. I was really sad at first, but
Mm-hmm.
I cut back to like maybe twice a week, and last month, I really wasn't doing it often because my sister hasn't been. Well, let me just keep this on me. um, yeah, this is a smoke free household that I'm in, so I'm smoke free, and
Yeah.
I found myself drinking quite a bit. Like I was drinking like every weekend, whether it be at home or at a bar or something, and I'm not really a drinker. Um, So it's just like, all right, what's going on? So I just been taking time to just stop, and it feels good, man. I feel good. Skin be looking good, energy, up. I have dreams.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't have dreams when I smoke a lot of weed. I don't really be having dreams, but they be so vivid right now.
Uh, what's the last dream you had? You remember?
Last dream I had that I remember, I don't know. I be having people popping up in my dreams. Um,
People who transitioned, people who were alive, people.
Everybody. Like sometimes it'd be like, my and as far as people that transition, my grandmother probably the only person that kind of pop up on me every once in a while in a dream. When I was in New York, she was coming up a whole lot. Like,
Really?
yeah, like she was just it almost felt like she was just assuring me that I was good, like just
Hmm.
reminding me that I'm good. Um, at my parents' house, I definitely like feel her presence a lot, and that more so feel like her letting me know that she's good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
She lived at your parents' house.
hmm
That's right.
yep. And like sometimes I see like pictures of her in the house and shit. Like she got this one picture where I was doing some yoga in the living room, and she kind of got this look like and, and it just felt like she was judging me a little bit. Like it felt natural though. It felt like if
Mm,
she was sitting there and I was doing some yoga, she would have been looking at me like, "What you doing?"
mm, right. Man, I can't even imagine. I wonder if do you plan on becoming a grandfather?
I do. I'm not gonna say I know the how just yet, but
Hmm.
I do see that. When I write about being old, I usually write about being a grandparent.
Can you see yourself being a parent?
And I can see myself being old too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of I feel like a lot of black folks, we don't really think about getting old just because we so trying to figure out the next move. But I've been trying to like visualize what I'm gonna be like at 80, 90.
Hmm.
Shit, my grandfather 102. What I'm gonna be like at
That's
102?
crazy, man. 102.
And his,
Yeah.
his his brother like 98 or 99 or some shit. And then
Man.
the other brother is like 96.
And how old is your grandma?
She is 90. She just had her 90th birthday.
Man, that's wild.
So I'm like, yeah, let me put some thought into that.
Yeah, yeah. It starts now.
Mm-hmm.
It start now. What I asked you about grandkids because I think I can't even imagine. I start to do it now, kind of when I look at kids and I see they doing something that we didn't do, and it was like, oh man, trying to understand what they doing. Because I can imagine my grandparents looking at me doing yoga, like, what is that? You rolling around on the ground? Or you doing this and doing that? But um, I think some things I'll be able to get. Like if you no, because no matter what it is, it all got the same energy. Whether it's hip
Mm-hmm.
hop, whether it's jazz, whether it's yoga, whether it's um, you know, walking around the block or moving from the South to California, it's a certain energy that gets put into everything and transitions in life, and I think they all different. So I think I always I want to stay in that where I can just see the energy behind what people are doing and not go into the judge. Wow, yeah, 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 yeah. Especially in relationships where I can just instead of going straight to judgment of what somebody wearing, what somebody saying, what's the energy behind it? What are they really trying to convey? Because
Yeah.
that's you know the truth behind what they doing. Because I know I've done wore some crazy things, said some crazy things, done some crazy things, but focusing on the thing and not the energy behind it. And if I get blessed with kids, constantly look at their energy and not their just their behaviors. Because man, I definitely get caught in the behaviors of the little one that I'm with right now. But then when I'm able to stay in that present moment and just see the energy of like, oh, he just want attention right now. He
Yeah.
just want love. It's like, yeah, you going crazy. What you need a hug right now? You need something to eat. Was you ain't got the word. So yeah, man. What do you feel like your energy is saying about you right now?
What is my energy saying about me right now?
Like in your daily behaviors and activities right now, this part of your life.
Uh, I think it's saying that I'm rebuilding.
Hmm.
I had to acknowledge that yesterday. Like, oh shit, I'm in a state of rebuilding. I mean, I lived in a place for 13 years, and for the last 8 months, I haven't really had a stable home base. So, I haven't had time to put insert myself in community. I mean, I have, but I haven't taken time to really connect with community. I haven't taken time to like, just get my footing in a space. And that gave me some peace knowing like, yeah, I'm rebuilding right now. And there's nothing wrong with rebuilding, you know. It's kind of like life feels like a daily quitting of a job for real.
Man.
Like, I mean, my life feels like I quit the biggest job leaving LA. I mean, LA was a place I thought I would be in forever. So,
Hmm.
there's a mindset shift that has to take place for me to understand I'm not there anymore,
Right.
and I'm literally exercising every tool that I have because I ain't sitting in nobody's therapy session right now, and not for a lack of I don't want to, but um just where I'm at right now in my life. Like there isn't the time or the place for it. You know,
Mm.
I haven't really looked into like free services and shit right now because it ain't in the budget. So it's like
Hmm.
we gonna use these tools. We done got a million tools. We gonna try about 90 of them to get
All
through
right.
this shit. And they have been helpful in having spaces like our Wednesday meetings and having, my book club and all these different spaces to reflect have been helpful as well. But yeah, I think my energy right now it says that I'm owning rebuilding and excited about rebuilding because I've been feeling charged up like the last 2 weeks. Like I said, when I think last week when we talked, I talked about like hitting the bottom, and you can't go no lower than the lowest. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like you can't do nothing but come up, and that's what's happening right now.
That's what's up. So you felt like you hit the bottom.
Of that week.
That's real.
No,
That's real.
you know
That's
what?
real.
I've definitely felt lower in my life. So it ain't much that could hurt me at this stage. And I'm being serious about that. Like, in my 20s, I really felt like I felt some of the lowest of lows, like points where I thought I wasn't gonna survive this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything else, I could get through that shit. Like 2012, that year, like when I was just trying to figure all this shit out and trying to come out and all that shit was hard. This shit ain't hard.
Right. Right.
Cause that was a nigga trying to figure it out with no tools. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So being at this stage, just like can't nothing hurt me. I I
Right.
I know where to go. I know how to fucking kick the Jenga over. You know what I'm saying? I ain't carefully placing. That's what I was doing before, trying not to knock it over. And when it knock over, freak out. I know how to put the game away and throw the game over when I want to
Man,
start all over.
that's real. That's real game right there. And I think it's a different feeling when you quit a job without a job to go to. Like when you're not trying to quit a job because they pay 10 here, but they pay 20 over there. It's like I'm quitting the job because I'm relying on me and I'm stepping to a new place.
And it's been that every time for me. Every time that I have quit it, like every time I've quit a job, it's always brought me back to my creativity. And I've quit so many jobs for this shit. Like it's been so many times that like I'll be working a job and I'm like, man, but my creativity is speaking to me more. Let me quit this job without any plan, any nothing, and just so being in this space right now is giving me my maturity, my experience is giving me the opportunity to put the plan together. Like, yeah, I can still work a job if I want to, but let me also line up like 3, 4 other things while I'm doing
100%.
this. You know what I mean? Like when I was young, it was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just jump out. I'm gonna just jump out. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna just jump out. Now I'm just like, okay, let's build the speaking reel. Let's do the one sheet. Let's put our services out there. Let's also look for a job. Let's also focus on our own stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it can be intimidating to go into that process if you don't know. Um I was listening to a dude yesterday. Great information. He's a he's a homophobe, so it'd be like, um, just on some other stuff, which everybody got their opinion, but great information as far as business and stuff. And he was just talking about how he decided that he was going to travel private jet from now on, and it's about 25 a wop to get around. And he said, he just had to turn to his creativity to be able to do that. So he had to create offers, he had to create programs and things that was going to give him the money to make it worth it to fly at $25,000 a pop. And that's a different mindset shift right there. Instead of going, okay, I need a job, I need to do this, you're at the place where oh, okay, my creativity can produce this for me. And I understand that and I know it, but it still is a lot of hesitancy, and it still is some things there that I just let go today. I don't want to hold on to that. It's still some things that shaking loose, because it just don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense, but I, I still I still got those emotional fears and those things in my mind. Like I said, that duality that kind of oh yeah, this is easy. I just do this, do that. And then you go through the process and it's like, oh man, I didn't get this done when I said I was going to do. I start procrastinating. I started looking around and I start scrolling. I start feeling a way that I'm scared to get what I said I was gonna get done. It pop up as a real good idea. It's all bright and stuff, and then you get into it, and then your mind start telling you, you can't do that. You ain't ready for that. So I love how you said, just kicking the whole thing over. It's just I don't even want to play that game. I just want to get it in and make it happen. So yeah, man. And I can see it. My behaviors right now is communicating the energy of lack of trust, me not trusting in who I am. Um, and that's frustrating because seeing beyond my own trust is like, I don't need to trust myself. If I just, trust God, I don't need to trust myself and my mind and all that kind of shit I'll be going through, man. So yeah, letting it go, man. Just making my behaviors match my faith and my understanding, my belief, all that kind of stuff.
That's what's up, man. I want to give a quick shout out to the chat. I see Tori Talks in the chat. I see we got about 3 viewers right now. So I
Hey,
wanted
what's
to
up, y'all?
give them a shout out and also let them know if they want to pop in any questions, put them in the chat. We will answer them. We appreciate y'all being here. Also, this is a good time to insert a commercial. Uh, James, feel free, has a yoga challenge coming up, right? Can you let the people know about the yoga challenge?
Yoga challenge coming up for April. It's gonna be 30 days. I don't even know if it's 30 days in April. I just
It is.
okay,
It
cool,
is.
cool, cool. Um Shout out the boy Femi with April 1st, his birthday. I remember that. Um it's gonna be a challenge for 30 days. You're gonna get to rock with me and do some yoga. Um and really take yourself on a journey with it because we're breaking down how yoga can be implemented into your life. And it's been something I wanted to do for a long time to put this together. I got intimidated by sticking with it 30 days myself. So I'm gonna be right there with you every day. We'll send you a video that you can hop in and man, we're gonna have conversations. I want to know how it's been transforming your life and working in your life to do this yoga stuff for 30 days. And we're gonna have some conversations like this because if you do 30 days of anything, stuff is gonna come up for you. And if you do 30 days of yoga, that stuff that's gonna come up for you is gonna be the stuff that can transform your life. So I'm excited for you on this journey that you choose to hop onto. And man, I'm just looking forward to day one, and I'm looking forward to day 30. Uh,
And I have two questions about that. So, how can we, as the participants, keep accountability with you? Like, are we gonna do like an Instagram post every day, or like, how do we stay accountable with the journey with you?
oh man, that's a great question. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you can do an Instagram post, um, or you can just send it out. Send you my number. You can send me your text, and I'll screenshot that. I'll screenshot a post that you put on your social media and stuff. We can have a conversation. We'll go live and talk about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mike. That's a lot of more ways to interact and stuff. We can do all that, and the producer Mike can let you know and how we can do that. So,
And
yeah, yeah,
my second question, for the 420 pose, can we do like a meditation where it's like,
that's hilarious. Funny. You're not in the 420 club no more, though.
nah, I've been out the 420 club though. I told myself when you do it every day, it ain't special like that. When I was young, it was cool, but I'm mature now. Let's see. Tori wrote in the chat, I get what you're saying, James, but you definitely need to trust in yourself. No self doubt.
Thank you, Tori. I appreciate you. Um, I'm building that trust every day, and this is a big process of that, being able to share authentically and not, you know, just saying stuff that try to sound good and whatever, but like saying stuff that's hard and difficult to say. And I still am pretty reserved. I still don't always talk like what's fully in my head, but hey, James, feel free is here. So
Yeah, man. And what I would say you're doing is healing in real time.
my.
It's Merch Madness. We have these shirts available. You get you one. We don't have this tie-dye one available, but if you reach out to me and you buy a shirt, I will tie-dye it for you personally.
Hey,
This is hand dyed. This is hand dyed. So it's made with
nice.
love, with care. I will do that for you. And you know, you can find the shirts at yanniblue.etsy.com. They will also be available after Merch Madness on justmikebrown.com. But yeah, tap in with me. We got a lot of, powerful affirmations written on shirts, just reminders to let you know who you are, you know. So tap in with me.
How do you spell YanniBlue.com?
YANNIBLEW.etsy.com.
BLEW. Oh, okay. Blue. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Tori said, I want that one right off your back. You
All
got
right.
it, cuz you can have this one. And actually, I'll send you one. I'll send you one. Hold me accountable.
Right. And everybody go check out Tori's show.
Yes, check out Tori Talks. Really dope show. I'm I'm still looking to be a guest. I see all these dope episodes. I saw you were on there. I'm like, man, I want
Yeah.
to be a guest on Tori Talks. So make sure y'all check out Tori Talks. Also, check out me and Tori. We do a show on Wednesdays. We figuring out the scheduling right now. I think we're gonna do it like twice a month, but it is going to be called Wine Down Wednesdays. And it's funny because I spelt it wine like the drink, but neither one of us are drinking. So I think that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, like just a midweek, just time to just relax. We all live busy lives. We all live productive lives, and we just want to take a moment, whether it's an hour or however much time we take, just to kick your feet up.
Dope, man. Dope. Can we get a rapid fire?
We can.
Cool. Uh, what I'm because I'm looking at you right now. I'm so proud of you, man. What is your proudest moment of this week?
Mm. Proudest moment of this week. So I'm gonna give two.
Okay.
I'm gonna give two. I'm gonna give one professional and one personal. The personal one is was intentional about having a date with my partner, a lunch date, because we are in different cities, and it felt good to take an hour or two, which we told ourselves we wouldn't talk about work, and I don't think we really talked about doing work, but life, we just when we talk, we just it always brings us around to our passions. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And but it wasn't like planning anything. It was more so like just reflective and just talking, and that felt good. It felt nice to like I cooked. I came home, cooked myself a nice meal and shit, and it felt good. My other goal that I am proud of is that I completed my website, and I feel good and confident about it, and it inspired me to like start fixing some of my music pages that are out there. And I found a page that had one of like my third projects I ever released, and I released it in 2012. Again, like I said, 2012 was a
Mm.
hard fucking year for me, and I listened to this shit, and the music was so fucking dope. And I'm gonna start using that page again, and I'm gonna start, just putting more music out. Like I feel like it's not mine to hold. It's not mine. I don't own this shit. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't placed in me to hold on and hoard. So I'm gonna start getting off a lot of this shit.
Hoard. It's a funny word.
It's a real
Um,
word. It's a real word.
yeah, hoarders. Um, what do you have the keys to right now?
The Jeep. Nah.
Hmm.
I have the keys
Missy
to
Elliott.
open my mind.
Mm, that's dope. I know the answer to this one, but I think I do. Because I was gonna say water, wine, Gatorade, kombucha, soda, Kool Aid. Which one?
Mm. I'm gonna be honest. Wine stood out the most to me in this phase of my life. I think a younger version of me probably would have went Kool-Aid.
Hmm.
Um, the version of me that's sitting here right now definitely is saying water. Oh look, I didn't even realize it said Texas on it. Um, but yeah, wine when you first said it was like, I taste this certain wine. It's called Roscato. It's like a red wine and Moscato, but it's kind of bubbly a little bit, like a light bubble. And I had tasted when you asked that question.
It's a woman's drink.
I, I don't know. I drink it. Shit. I guess the red wine make it a little masculine. It's like a balanced drink, you know.
That's funny.
um,
When's the last time you had Patron?
I can't drink Patron. I throw up every time I drink it. Throw up every time I drink it. Um, like it, I can't take a shot of it at all. I like Don Julio. I love tequila. I love Don Julio. Love Hornitos. I got a whole bottle of Hornitos. Well, about 3/4 of a bottle, and I
Hmm.
haven't touched it. And like I said, I knew I was drinking quite a bit because I was kind of running through bottles of Hornitos in like a week. That ain't good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm not tripping off none of that stuff. Like I don't miss it. I'm so focused on what I want to do right now that ain't phasing me, you know.
Yeah, cool.
Um 3 questions for you. What is your favorite hairstyle that you've had?
My favorite one, huh? Uh, probably the locks. In the locks where I didn't take care of them and didn't do nothing to them. Just that level of freedom to just let it grow and not even think about it and look up 3 months like, oh, my hair's grown. Oh, cool. Not even think about it.
Didn't you die in blonde one time?
I dyed them blonde. Yeah, not too long ago. It was like a year or two, 2 years ago. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the one I have now, bald, but I gotta shave it every day, and that's weird. And my head be cold, but it's weird. I look like my father with his head. That's weird, but the locks, the free locks.
Um Snoop Dogg or Devin the Dude?
Devin all day, man. Devin the dude. He just whenever I listen to Devin, it's a coming home to self. It's a thinking and feeling music. Um, just make you feel regular and cool and connected. Snoop Dogg is fun. The fantasy, the pimp, the gangster, all that kind of stuff, Mr. Cool. But Devin is just like, hey man, I'm out here just like you. We just making it funky beats. He's always been my favorite rapper for a long time. Yeah.
Um who is James Feel Free?
James Feel Free is the version of James that is okay with not knowing all the answers and still working towards s- just speaking his truth. So James Feel Free is okay and speaking his truth in that moment. And sometimes it's not even to speak. Sometimes it's just always living in truth and despite whatever, man. And I feel the anxiety and the tightness in my chest even just saying that. Like my throat got speaking my truth, living out that kind of stuff. So, and I'm happy to be there. I'm happy to feel that. I don't want to
Yeah.
run away from that. I don't want to suppress that. That's been a large part of my life is trying not to feel, trying to avoid, trying to, um, you know, distract myself or dissuage. I don't even know that's a word from feeling. Uh,
I felt the feeling of the word. I don't know if
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
word
yeah,
either,
yeah.
but the feeling, the way you said it made me understand what
It's,
it meant.
man, one of the funniest things you see with Paul Pierce and Kevin Kevin what's his name?
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett. When Kevin Garnett said Ritter, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Man. So I felt like Ritter right now. But yeah, I'm I'm in a space where a lot of feelings and emotions are coming up and I'm feeling like that's exactly what is ordered. That's the next step. That's the next place to go. Ain't no behaviors, just feelings. So I'm gonna feel them
That's what's up, man. And that's how you feel free to feel free.
on the angels.
On back on Fig, they be like, on God in heaven. I'll be like, God
On God
damn,
in heaven.
like
On God in heaven. I know.
oh man, James, where can the people find the meditations? I'm gonna put them in the bio. I need to fix all the bios on all the shows. Now that we got 10 shows and y'all tapped in, like I really gotta start putting a little more energy into it. But
And I want to say publicly, man, I appreciate you carrying this show in every way possible. You make it for me to show up and just to have this experience, man. You do all the marketing, all the promoting, all the producing, and everything. So, what can I do to make you feel supported in this process, man? Because you made this easy for me.
I think just keep showing up and keep bringing your full self, man. Like for me, this show is definitely a labor of love. Like, I'm not too overproducing and shit like that. Like, we literally cut cut straight to the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we going from the live straight to YouTube. And, for me it's not a lot of work. It's not a heavy lift. I think we should have a production meeting. Look, y'all getting the live planning right
Right,
now.
right, right.
But we should have a production meeting and let's go through, cause I still got your list of like people you want to talk to and topics. And maybe we could start pairing up some of them and start diving into them. Like, I really do enjoy the freestyles that we do. And I think, like next week we do have a guest. We could do a little planning for like what do we want to talk about with
Hmm.
this guest, and also like, you know, just just that type of shit. That's about it. But right now I really like how it's going. It's not a heavy lift for me. So I just appreciate you showing up every week.
Cool. I gotta promote it more too. Get it out and share it. More people need to hear it, man. It just is
Yeah.
what it is.
And I'll send you some of the videos just so like, if you see a clip or something that you want clipped, um, I could do that as well. I try to clip where you're talking about some of the stuff that you're working on and stuff like that. So we can have that, you know.
Tommy P said on Gabriel. That's funny. Shout out Tommy P, man. Um, I think it was something I was gonna ask. That's funny. Oh, I'm kind of being messy, but you had said it before. We could take it offline. There's an influencer who's in the spiritual, personal development space that you was like, yeah, you had listen to and stuff. I heard some like he getting in trouble about some things.
I be knowing. I be knowing.
So
I know. But you know what? At the same time, I know, but I don't wish no shit like that on nobody.
yeah,
But I said he was a fraud. Said he was a fraud.
I
And
ain't.
the only reason I said that is because it's an energy thing, man. It's an energy thing. I don't like I don't sell myself as being above or below nobody. Like I'm human, I'm me, you know. I'm not some self-made. Like I have people like you, people like my parents. Like I've been made by my community. Yes, a lot of, what I've done for myself has shaped me as well. But some people be out here selling like that self-made. I
Mm,
did it on my own, and
okay,
just that like holier than thou shit. And it's like, nah, you not like none of us are experts in any of this shit. None of
mm,
us. Because you still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm just open to sharing my experiences. That's
okay,
that's what I'm an expert at, being open to share my experiences, not an expert in the subject that I'm talking about.
got you. And he was lying on his experience or something. I don't know what happened. Just heard a little bit.
I don't know all the details of it, but yeah, I did see that though. I did see
Mm,
that.
that's funny,
He could come sit down and talk to me though.
right?
I'll make him more human and make him more real.
Because this stuff is, if you're talking about personal development, if you're talking about spiritual, if you're talking about feeling free, dealing with real stuff, you you have to. I feel like for me, I would want to put myself in there. But then you do also got people like, Dr. Phil wasn't a real doctor, Dr. Oz, and it's some people who can just come on there and they got the system behind them and they can read the cue cards, ask the questions I was brought to them, smile and look and doing their thing. And that's helpful for people too.
It
But then
is.
you know what I mean? I think for Oprah, she really had to go through some transformations and stuff to be at the place where she having the real people on there and she's having those conversations and living her life and all that kind of stuff, man. And it's a whole nother episode, man. But
It
I
is.
know.
It is. And I'll tell you that entertainment stuff, because I don't know him to say what he has chosen to be or any of that stuff. But you know, he may have been built up to be this person, and now he
Hmm.
got to live up to that shit. Is I don't know the game. That's why I would love to talk to him and just hear his experience with this shit.
Would you take the opportunity now if somebody approached you and said, "We want to build you up as Dr. Mike Brown"? It's just a title, um, and we want to put you in this position. Do you feel like, yeah? How would you approach that?
I don't think I would want to be Dr. Mike Brown. I think I would work with somebody and collaborate with them to build me up. But no, I'm not just gonna wear the suit, do the I'm not a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna tell me what to say and all that shit, because you know, at that point I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it in the way that I do.
1.7 million.
I do it for a day.
Oh man,
I mean, it's I don't know, man. Like it's a slippery slope.
slippery
Uh
slope, man. Slippery slope.
but I just, I still want to come off human. That's the biggest thing for me. And I know I don't have no control over that, but I just want to stay true to myself. That's the biggest thing.
You building a podcast network, man. You building a whole network, and people come to networks for certain things. Uh, you ever heard of the guy Derek Grace?
Nah.
Anyway, he started out kind of like educating black folks and stuff like that, and now he moved into drama and stuff like that. I mean, how Like I said, it's a whole nother
I mean,
podcast.
and it is another podcast, and we gonna save this topic for
Yeah, yeah,
another one.
yeah.
But I mean, I look at Shannon Sharp and like what he's doing. Like, I don't want to do
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
And granted, he doing numbers, but I ain't trying to be messy and all that shit. Like, I guess I'm just conscious of what I project out into the world.
Because it come
And
right back.
so, I want to deliver it in the most real way that I'm able to at the time.
Yeah. And my life ain't messy, ain't mess.
No.
So it sometimes some stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I brought it up, so but I
And
don't
I,
want to
I
like,
don't I don't I don't even think it's messy though. That's a real question. And
yeah,
when we touch on the topic, I would love to, and say the name too. And like I said, I'll do a little more research on just what's going on, so we can speak a little more educated to it.
yeah,
Cause I
it
I
is.
I, I just saw the headline. I didn't even read it to it. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, man, it's important of staying yourself as things start to rise. You know what I mean? If that's important to you, if it's important to you, it's important to me, more than ever, more
And
than ever.
staying true to yourself, also allowing yourself to evolve. And
Hmm.
it's yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the game at that level, so I don't know what it's like. But you know, I look
Right,
forward to playing it at that level though.
right.
Oh shit, y'all! This has been Feel Free Conversations. I'm Mike Brown. This is James Feel Free, and we appreciate y'all being here. And yeah, send us a message, send us a text, send us an email. If you enjoy the show, share it with your people, share it with your folks. We here every Friday.
Yeah,
Every Friday. All right,
6 in
y'all.
the morning. Feel free to feel free. Peace.
Peace.